Hello YouTube, this is Wisps and Whimsy and you are watching Starting Out Solitary. This week we are doing craft tutorials. So it is still November, but I was out shopping and I happened to find these paper whites at the store, and this made me think of a great craft that I wanted to do last year and didn't get to. So we are going to actually do a craft for Imbolc. This is going to be, it's something you could put on your altar, or it's just something you could use to decorate your home. It is not overtly pagan, although certainly anyone who knows the meaning and symbolism behind Imbolc will probably see it. But it is something that you could do and keep out. You could put it on a desk or any other thing, and it's just a nice way, I think, to kind of symbolize the season. And so I'll just kind of talk you through it as I put it together. So I bought this. It's a shallow, well, not a shallow, it's a deep but wide bowl. I think it was supposed to be like a soup bowl or a serving bowl, but just an inexpensive one I got at the store. And I have a plain white pillar candle because Imbolc is the early spring holiday symbolizing the return of the lights. So the Imbolc colors tend to be white, red, and I've seen some places that a yellow, and I'm not sure if you can tell, it looks a little more dark in my video on my camera, but this is a very pale yellow ribbon, and so I'm going to use that to go around the outside. But I have my paper whites, which I'm going to put in the dish, and my candle, and so let's get this put together. Okay, so I've opened up some of my packages, and I'm going to save you the horrible sound of the gravel going in, but I'm going to put a small layer of gravel in the bottom of the bowl. Now, in this case, I chose a light sea green gravel because I wanted to symbolize the growing, the new growth coming in spring, and so this pale green that kind of symbolizes the first shoots of spring. And I'm going to take my bulbs and I'm going to place them in the, these are actually not gravel, they are the little flat marble glass pieces that you can get in the floral section. And so I'm going to put these in here. This happened to come with 4 bulbs, which I thought was appropriate to kind of symbolize the 4 elements, 4 seasons. You know, 4 is just a nice number, I think. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to add some more gravel around the sides to help stabilize the bulbs. Now when you do forced bulbs, you want to add water. I'm probably going to put these actually in the closet because it's November and I don't want them to start just yet. But when you force bulbs, you can start them about 3 to 4 weeks before you would like to have them bloom. And I have not tried this technique before, but I read that you can, in order to keep them from growing so tall, because if you have grown paper whites before, you know that they tend to get very tall and then the stems tip over. So in order to prevent that, my understanding is that you can draw off the water, because you will put about an inch of water around to fill in the bottom and to give them the start that they need to grow. But you can pour off the water and you can add a mixture of vodka and water. I believe it's 1 part vodka to 4 parts water. But I will look that up and I will put that in the description below, just so that you're aware. But when you do that, it still gives it the fluid that it needs, but it also stunts its growth. And so I'm going to try that this year and see if that keeps the plants low, and that way they won't overtake this candle. And so what you'll have, once you've gotten that done, is your little garden. Now if you are starting it now, I would put it in a closet, cover it up and put it in a closet, and then get it out about 4 to 3 weeks before you want them to bloom. So if we're wanting them to bloom at the beginning of February for Imbolc, you would get them out the first week or so of January and get them started. So that's really all I have to share about that. If you want, and I will probably do this later, you can take ribbon and use a glue gun and glue it around the sides of the bowl and make a little bow at the front. And like I said, this makes a very nice altarpiece to kind of celebrate the coming of spring and the return of the light. You can dedicate it to the goddess Bridget if that is one of your patron goddesses or someone that you like to represent on your altar for Imbolc or Candlemas. And so that's my craft tutorial. I hope you like it, and I'll be sure to post on my Facebook updates on how they're doing, and hopefully this will turn out really nicely. As you can see, these already have some green shoots, so these should be fairly easy to force. But I'm going to put this in my closet for now, put it up on a shelf and cover it and keep it dark. One good thing about paper whites is that they don't have to be chilled before you can force them. Many bulbs, you have to chill them first because, that's part of their cycle, is that winter chill, and then the warmth as well as the sun is what helps force them. And so the nice thing about paper whites is they don't need that chill process in order to be forced. So you can just keep them in a closet instead of having to hide them in your fridge. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up or make a comment below. If this is something that you also have done in the past, or you do something similar, I would love to hear about what you do. And I know it's kind of weird to have an Imbolc tutorial before Yule, but anyway, I hope it's something that you like. I'm sure you could update this and do something a little bit different, maybe a candle garden for Yule. I've seen some spiral candle placements counting down the days to Yule, so that would be neat too. So anyway, hope everyone is doing well, and this is Wisps and Whimsy wishing you blessings.